All right, good morning, everyone. This is Jeff Scott of Rankin Technical College, and I decided to do a quick little demo, Bootstrap demo, for those of you who still may be confused about things. So I've created a folder called Demo, and inside of it, I have an empty index.html file and a CSS folder with an empty styles.css in it. So I'm going to open this with code. Kind of walk through a few of the steps I would imagine you're going to take. So the first thing I'm going to do is come in here, start this up the way we always do. All right, I'll call this Bootstrap Demo. All right, and in my head section, the first thing I'm going to do in here is I'm going to go out to getbootstrap.com. And under the docs, I'm going to go down to the quick start, and underneath here, I'm going to grab these two CDN links. It's not what I want. All right, I'll put this on a new line. Don't have to, but I'm going to anyway. So there is my min CSS. And then I'm also going to add right in here my script tag. And we'll put that in just a moment. Okay. And you can put that here. All right, so let me grab that as well from here. And as I've mentioned to you in class on more than one occasion, since I'm putting it in here, all right, and I'm putting it in my head section at the end, I'm going to put the word async in there. All right. Now I should have access to, different things that are Bootstrap. Now, let me just try to do a quick little thing to make sure I do. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to put in a paragraph. And I'm going to say, hello there. How are you? Okay. And I'm going to save and run it. Now, as of right now, of course, there's no Bootstrap in here at all. And it should be left justified and way up in the corner here with no padding and no margin. There it is. So that's good. But just to make sure I've got some Bootstrap in here and I can use it, let's add a Bootstrap class. So I'm going to say class equal text center. And we'll put in here BG success, because those are two Bootstrap classes. All right. So let's see if that worked. And you can see it did. It centered it and it made the background green. Okay, that's good. All right, there's other stuff I could do, but that's just enough to show you, I believe. All right. So the first thing that I'm going to do, get rid of that, but I'm going to go into Get Bootstrap, and I'm going to find the navbar, which again I believe is under Components. There it is. I'm going to grab the first one that's here. Now there's got a lot of stuff here I don't need, but that's okay. So I'm going to grab all that, and I'm going to paste that right in here. Okay. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to the top here, and where I've got my brand, it's just got the word navbar in it. Well, we're supposed to be selling a product, and for some reason it's popped into my head this morning. So dog food. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, and there's MilkBone. That'll work. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to click on that. I'm going to save this image if it comes up. Or at least try to. How about right there? I'm going to save that image as, and I'm going to add a new images folder into my demo, which I didn't do earlier. And I'm just going to call it dogfood.jpg. Okay, now so I've got that in there. That's fine, but let's see what size it is. It is 585 by 585, which is way too big. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to make a copy of it and work with a copy. So there's a copy. I'll tell you what, I'll work with the original. But I'm going to open that up, and I'm going to open it with Paint as soon as I can. And it is a square, so I'm going to go to resize, and I'm just going to make this 50 by 50. And there it is. Maybe that's a little small. We'll see in just a moment. So there it is. All right. Why did I do that? Well, I'm showing you right now. So I'm going to come back into here, and in this href, I can leave that there, but I could put in index.html to have it go back to where it is. But I'm now going to go on to a new line here, and I'm going to say image source equal images slash, I think we called it dogfood.jpg, alt equal dog food picture. Okay. Something looks funky here because it didn't recognize that. So let's just make sure I called it everything correctly. So it's in images and it's called dogfood.jpg. Okay. So let's bring this up and refresh. Okay, maybe I didn't save. Save all. There we go. All right. So there we've got that. Okay, and there is my nav bar, as you can see. I'm not going to worry about moving things around or whatever, but I'm going to change these. The only link I care about now is the home link. I'm going to get rid of everything else. So I want to keep the one that says home, and that's right here. And I want to get rid of the other ones. So I'm going to get rid of everything else that's in here. The form, the button, everything. All right. And now that I've got that, I got rid of my UL accidentally as well. But let's grab this and copy it. So I've got it in there now 3 times. And let me move this onto multiple lines so you can see exactly what I'm doing here. All right, so there's home. And I think we were told on our test here that we were supposed to put in home, products, and team. So this will become products. And it'll link to products.html. We'll link this one right back to itself. So index.html. And our last one will link back to teams.html, and it'll say teams. All right, so let's save this and let's look at it. Okay, so there we've got that. Now you can make that dark, you can move this over. I don't really care. I'm going to get an error. This will work, but this will give me an error because there is no products.html. This will give me an error because there is no teams.html. But that's how you come in there and create the nav bar. So what's next? I think I've got everything. Oh, I didn't put that the class was active. So in home here, and let's move this down like I did the rest. All right. So we've got current href class. Oh, it does say active. Okay, so we've got that. I only want that one to be active. So I get rid of the active out of the other ones. Now it's darker, as you can see. Okay, so it is active. All right, what else do we have here? The main area should have a jumbotron with 3 columns of information about the company. Include the company name, a tagline, and contact information on the jumbotron. All right. Well, next we want to come in here. We want to create a jumbotron. So let's go into Get Bootstrap and let's find jumbotron. I know it's in here, so. So if you go in under the Bootstrap 5 docs and you look under examples, there's a jumbotron. So they've got some examples in here, but I thought there was something actually in the regular help. Well, here, look at this, how to create a jumbotron in here. All right, yeah. I mean, it is this. It's class equal jumbotron, etc. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this. This is just something out of a Stack Overflow. Okay, so I'm going to put that in first into my body here, right under my nav. Let's put in a quick comment. It says here, nav, or nav bar, whatever you want. And this next section will say jumbotron. Okay, and again, I'm just going to paste that in. All right, now I'm not sure. Let me pause for a second when my clock goes off. All right, I'm not going to do much to this jumbotron. I'm going to see what it looks like first of all right now. I'll let you figure that out. All right, so let's see. So there's what I have, the hello world, etc. You can see the other stuff that's in there. And we can give it a background, and we can give it a color. So let's do that. So we'll say that the background will be success, so it'll be green, and the text will be white. Hopefully that'll work. All right, so you can see what we've done now. Okay, now I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to let you come in and figure out how to do that. All right, now the next thing that we're told to do in here, all right, it says we should include the company name. It should be 3 columns of information. How do you figure out that it's 3 columns? Well, we can put a row in there and we can put in 3 columns, right? And one row should have the company name. Sounds like one row should have the tagline and one should have contact information. All right, I already put the background in there. You can add some shadow. We can add padding and margin. None of that stuff is hard. All right, then include 3 sections of information about the company. This can be whatever you choose. Each section must have a heading and at least 1 paragraph of text. Lay out the sections responsively using a Bootstrap grid. So it should look something like this. All right, and then a footer on the bottom. Well, let's think about next. So again, go back and take a look at the examples. In fact, I'm just going to put this in here. I'm going to type in here, get rid of this, and this, and this, and in here I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do a search. And I want to say Bootstrap grid 3-column example. Okay, and I'll see if I can find one. There's the grid system. All right. And it shows it right there with 3 columns. So isn't that what I want? All right, so I'm going to put that in. I actually could put that into the jumbotron as well, but I'm just going to put it into here. All right, so this is, again, this was the jumbotron, and after this, I'll put in, I don't know, company information. Okay, and we'll paste that in. So there it is. All right, now it's set in here. We should have headings. So let's put an H2. Why buy MilkBone? Okay, and as it says, that's one of 3 columns. So I'm going to put in here a paragraph, and I don't know how big this should be, but I'm going to try lorem 70. I'll try lorem 100. All right, and then I'm going to go down and do the same thing down here. I'm going to put in another H2, and I'm going to say, so that was why buy MilkBone. Dogs love MilkBone. And again, you can style that H2 any way you want. We'll have another lorem 100. And then finally, we'll put in one more here, because this was the last one. All right. And we're going to put in here MilkBone versus other dog food. Again, I'm making all this up as I'm talking to you, literally. So that won't be my, I don't want that, oops, I don't want that to be like that. This should be an H2. Yeah, should this. And again, I'll put in one more paragraph with one more lorem 100 in it. Now, I have no idea if this is going to work the way I want it to, so I'm going to take a look. All right, now, right now, it looks okay. All right, I think that's what we were supposed to do. All right, now, when you look at this, and if I shrink this, I've added nothing as far as sizing goes. So I think it's going to stay 3 columns. Nope, it is automatically going to go down. Good. On small. There you go. So that's pretty much page 1. So the other thing that you have to put in here is the only other thing that we have to put in here is our footer. All right. So if I go back to here, and it says the footer contains a copyright line, center it, give it a dark background color, and white text. Okay. So let's come in here, and after all this other stuff that we put in, I don't know what's going on here. Oh, I know it is. It's from those paragraphs. So let's put in the footer. Okay, and footer. And we'll give it a class of footer. Okay, and what do we want to do? Well, one thing we want to do is we want to give this a dark background, it said. So we'll do a BG dark, and we can probably put it here, text white, and let's put a paragraph in here. We'll see if this works. All right, so I'm going to say ampersand copyright 2023 by Jeff Scott, all rights reserved. All right, so let's save that. Let's take a look at what we've got. So there that is. I think it's supposed to be centered too. So we'll put in here a text center. And it looks like it needs some padding. So I'm going to just put in a P5 in there. Probably too much padding, but that's okay. Let's take a look at it afterwards. All right, so there it is. 5 is way too much. So let's try about 3. Okay, that's even quite a bit. I'm going to knock it down to 2. And again, we were supposed to go in. We've got in here class equal row and then class equal col small. So I'm going to grab this and see if I can put that into the Jumbotron. Okay, so, all right, so we've got this. I'm going to put that H1 in there, and that'll end that div. Oops. Okay, col small. Let's see. I think I'm going to try to put in here a 4, but we'll see if this works the way I think it's going to work. All right, and then we're going to put in another div. And again, that's going to have a class equal col SM4. And I'm going to put that lead paragraph stuff in there. All right, because what were we supposed to be putting in there? Let me go back to here and back to here. Supposed to be a Jumbotron with 3 columns, the name, the tagline, and some contact information. All right, so we'll put in one more here. Div. I don't know if I need those in there or not, but we'll find out in just a minute. And I'm going to bring this paragraph in here. All right. And it's just going to say this. I don't need this button in here because it didn't say we needed one. So I've got my paragraph. I don't know why it's doing that, but it is. All right, so I'm going to say here, I'm going to get rid of this. I didn't end that. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to say for more information, contact MilkBone.com. Okay, so I think I've got everything in there. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to look again the way I want it to look. All right, there's that. I do have it in 3 columns, but I've got everything the same color. So where I've got here, this, where I put everything in here, it's telling me I'm missing a tag. So I'm missing a div in here someplace. Okay, that's probably what it was. But let's see, in here where I made the Jumbotron, let's give it a different color. So let's call this primary. All right. Now, I don't want everything to be like this, which means I put the div in the wrong place. All right, where I added that div in there, that was wrong. So let's take a look here. We've got this class equal row. All right, Y by MilkBone, etc. There's my first one. There's my second one. There's my third one. That ends that div. So div. Okay, that one actually looks okay. But what I am going to do in here for this container, just so I can see if it's working okay, is I'm going to say BG success. We'll keep the text white. All right. Now, like I said, I'm missing somewhere in here. I'm missing a div. I think it's right here at the end of my Jumbotron. All right, so let's save that. And let's look at it. All right, now that doesn't look right, but you can get the idea. So there's the hello world. This is styled. All right, and I do have that as 3, so everything looks like it's okay, except for some reason, this hello world, this should just be a Jumbotron, but it's taking up the entire screen. So again, that says to me that I've got something screwed up with my divs. So div class equal Jumbotron, div class is row. So I might be missing another div here. There we go. All right, so you've got all this. There's your Jumbotron with 3 columns. If I do make it smaller, it does look like it goes down the way that it should. It's not formatted. I didn't put any CSS in here. All right, but that's pretty much the way page 1 should look. All right, now that's enough help. I'm going to let you figure out the rest of it. Okay, I gave you some help. I'm even going to save this. All right, I'll save this out there, and I'm going to do this. So let me do a file, save, and let me get out of here. And I'm going to change the name of this from demo to MilkBone. Now nothing should have been changed here. It should all work just fine. Okay, and you can see it. It looks okay. And this is it at 100%, but it's still doing what it should do. There's column 1, there's column 2, there's column 3. 1, 2, 3, and there's that. Again, there's no formatting in here whatsoever. So I think everything is fine the way it is. This will be out there in a couple minutes. Talk to you soon.